So, Christmas. The most Christmassy time of the year. It's such a great time to do a video essay against two of the most beloved episodes of Doctor Who of all time. What I'm going to be talking about is, as the title says, which I'll split into parts, and in those parts, I'll be talking about different things I don't like about the episodes. This is going to be mostly about Doomsday, as I can't seem to follow the army of ghosts, and it's Doomsday where my problems lie. Before I get into this, I would like to say that this is all just my opinion, and I'm definitely not saying that you can't like it. Also, of course, there's going to be spoilers throughout this video. With that said, let's do the stuff, which will be me talking about why I don't like this episode.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm going to make this part about the small nitpicks, as they are after all only nitpicks. I want to get them out of the way before I get to the big ones. Not the big nitpicks, but I mean the big arguments. My first problem is with the very beginning. The whole thing just feels like a way for them to keep viewers for the next episode, rather than something that advances the plot. I get that it does add tension, and makes it so that you're worried about Rose could die at any time, but it just seems clickbaity and annoys me every time. I don't like this bit for another reason, but that's mostly to do with the second part, so I'll bring it up when I'm talking about that. Another thing which I feel is a bit weird is how the Doctor seems to have never heard of Torchwood before. Considering that they had been a thing since 1879, you think that in his 900 years of time travel, that he'd noticed it at some point. My final nitpick is about when Rose is about to fall into the void, when alternate universe Pete teleports her and somehow manages to know exactly where Rose is going to be and when she's going to lose her grip, and doesn't get pulled into the void while doing it. They never seem to give any explanation to these things as far as I remember, and they then disrupt my already dwindling investment in the plot.
It's my last chance to say it. Your mother.
I don't think I'm alone when I say I don't like the Ten and Rose relationship. Ten and Rose have this extremely annoying relationship throughout the majority of Series 2 of Doctor Who, which I absolutely despise. I know some people do like their relationship, but I'm one of those people who do not. And I know there are many other people who also do not like their relationship. Nine and Rose, in comparison, has a much better relationship. Rose and Nine's relationship was more like a teacher-student relationship, rather than this unfitting, almost romantic relationship. The Ninth Doctor would usually call out Rose on any idiocy that she may commit, while 10 would probably be more likely to joke about it, like in this scene.
Close. That one? No, you've just killed us.
While 9 did joke about with Rose, it was way less frequent and felt more natural. And I find that 10 and Rose together are incredibly irritating sometimes, like in this scene from Tooth and Claw.
Then you may think on this also, that I am not amused. Yes. Not remotely.
While thankfully, Army of Ghosts splits them up for most of the runtime, halfway through Doomsday, they're put back together, and they do not have the chemistry that is needed for this heavily implied romance, which is made worse by the fact that they simply do not like Doctor and companion romantic relationships. Maybe it could be fine if it's done well, but Rose and 10 are definitely not done well. Now you may ask, what does this have to do with Doomsday and why it's bad? It may be bad for the series in general, but what about it makes this episode specifically worse? Well, the whole endgame of this episode is to split up Rose and 10 and make you sad about it like you should feel for most companion episodes. But the problem lies in the fact that I don't care about 10 and Rose's relationship. And if I don't care about Rose and 10's relationship, why should I care about them being split up? In fact, when watching it, I don't feel sad. I feel happy about it. If I don't feel sad about Rose and 10 being split up, then subsequently I'm not going to care as much for what leads to that point, which in the end will make the whole episode feel a lot more weightless, as the impact is not made in the end, which will make it feel as though nothing has been lost. My lack of care for 10 and Rose also stopped me from caring when Rose is all monologuing about going to die at the start of both episodes, which make the scenes feel even more pointless than before. Also, the bit on the beach at the end where Rose and the Doctor are talking about being sad and stuff. All of that stuff just feels too melodramatic for my liking, but that's probably just me. All of this may seem a non-issue to people who do enjoy the Ten and Rose relationship, but the fact that it needs to rely on me enjoying their relationship is a flaw. It's inevitable that some people are going to dislike their pairing, which a lot of people don't, which will cause the ending to lose a lot of the impact that it should have. Perhaps if Rose and Ten's relationship were more like Rose and Nine's, more student-teacher relationship, then it'd be much more impactful.
You have declared war upon the Cybermen.
This is not war, this is pest control.
While pissing the Daleks against the Cybermen sounds like a good idea on paper, and was an idea which many Whovians wished to be shown on television at the time, it has many flaws which causes it to become a very one-sided battle, which ends up becoming severely boring in my opinion. This is because the Daleks are simply too powerful compared to the Cybermen, as they showed that in Series 1, one damaged Dalek was able to massacre a whole base of heavily equipped soldiers, and was only defeated because it kills itself. Even Dalek Tech boasted that they could defeat Cybermen with only one Dalek. Now, there's 4 fully operational Daleks. Sure, the Cybermen have millions, maybe billions of themselves, but it's showing that their laser arm thingies are not able to penetrate Dalek armor. So, these 4 Daleks are already an unstoppable force, right? So then they go and bring in the Genesis Arc, which holds millions of Daleks. If these 4 Daleks are already enough to destroy the Cybermen, then millions will make it an extremely one-sided battle, which will cause disinterest in the battle, and the battle is a fair bit of Doomsday, which will mean that the fair bit of Doomsday is boring. This issue perhaps could have been resolved if they just destroyed 1 or 2 of the Daleks, and show it isn't a completely one-sided battle. I understand the battle is not the complete focus of the plot, but getting to the battle takes a considerable amount of runtime, and if I'm being bored by it, then it's not going to be very enjoyable. All of these things culminate in a finale which feels kind of lackluster by the end. Maybe it's fine for those who care about Ten and Rose's relationship, but for me, it feels let down by the fact that it's relying on the viewer to care about the relationship to carry an emotional plot point, and therefore potentially makes the ending weaker by doing so. The one-sided battle also weakens a lot of the plot, and will end up making people bored. I'm not saying that the finale has no merit. I think that Army of Ghosts is a great episode by itself, and Doomsday has some good moments here and there. I doubt I'll be rewatching this episode anytime soon, but hey, maybe one day I'll change my opinion. But for now, I think that's it. So, yeah.